Hello, this is Andrea, and I'm here to bring you some movie love. Look, we're all glammed up, well, as glam as it's going to get here, and I want to tell you about my favorite movies of 2019. So, first up, the best chase scene. Okay, there's three chase scenes in Hobbs and Shaw. It's called, the full name of the movie is The Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. My favorite is the first scene, which mostly includes, it's got one car, several motorcycles, and trucks, and I couldn't find a picture of my favorite scene from my favorite still. I couldn't find a still from the favorite part of the scene for me, and that's when he goes down an alley. Okay, so the main antagonist is Idris Elba, and he's riding the motorcycle, and he goes down an alley. There's cars there. He goes up a wall, and then he lands on one of the cars, and he goes across the rest of the cars. This one shows where he goes under a truck. This movie is so fun. So if you love that, if you love action and chases, there's three different vehicle chases. I used to call this category car chase scene, but I had to put best chase scene because there's so many different vehicles involved. And online, this is called the motorcycle chase scene. So yes, it's a ridiculously implausible movie, but it is very fun. Next category, best comedy. Okay, there was not a lot of good comedies last year. There was not a lot to choose from. Let's face it, comedies have been lacking the past several years. I think that comedians are afraid to be canceled, and stuff, so they don't know what to do. But I just picked, which movie made me laugh the most? These two both made me laugh about the same amount. This sounds silly because it's Jumanji, but it was very funny. And What Men Want, I love Tracy Morgan. He always makes me laugh. He's got great delivery. So the funniest part about this is, well, for one thing, I don't know if you know this, but Awkwafina is in this movie. She's only in a little bit, maybe a quarter of the movie. But the funniest thing in this to me is it has Danny DeVito and, oh geez, now I can't think of his name. Anyway, I'm going to skip that for now. I'll remember later probably. Oh, I remember already, Danny Glover. Yeah, and they're funny, like as old men, being, all grouchy and stuff. So best family movie, I picked Aladdin. I really enjoyed Aladdin. I thought I wasn't going to. I really went into this movie thinking I was going to dislike it. But I enjoyed Will Smith as the genie. He brought his own take to that. He did not try to be Robin Williams or anything like that. And it adds a little bit more to his story in this movie. And I think there are 2 new songs. I thought it was a fun movie. It's a fun family movie. Best animated movie, I picked Addams Family. Okay. I really enjoyed the animation. I think I thought it was clever and fun to watch, and it was a good story. So, and I love the Addams Family. So, best action movie, John Wick 3: Parabellum. I gotta buy this, or did I buy it already? I might have bought this already. Yeah, I might have bought this already. I've seen it twice in the theater and loved it. Loved it so much, but I love action movies, and if you're not into action movies, you're not going to like it. It's all action. It's got a lot of guns in it. Biggest disappointment was Hellboy. Now, I love Hellboy as a character. I just felt like this wasn't any better than the first Hellboy. It didn't bring anything different to it. It just was, like I said, I was disappointed. I wished I didn't spend my money on it because I went and saw this at the theater. Biggest surprise, Ford versus Ferrari. Now, the reason I put it as biggest surprise is it was way better movie than I thought it would be. I'm not usually into dramas, but this had cars in it, and I love cars. And it's based on the true story of, boy, I can't remember the name of the people, but basically Ford wanted to beat Ferrari in this race that takes place in Europe, and it was like nobody thought that they could beat them. So this is the engineer who works on the engine for the Ford, and this is the race car driver, and it's fascinating. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it to make it sound better. It's very interesting, their relationship to each other. Of course, it's starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale, both excellent actors, in my opinion. So, there we go. Next one, B movie. I didn't know what else to call this, okay? Well, I always pick a B movie. This isn't technically a B movie. I think it's an independent film. It's called The Dead Don't Die. It's more like it's supposed to be a horror film, but to me it's more like a dry comedy. I really enjoyed it, and it has, well, of course, it has Bill Murray and Adam Driver, but there's a lot of stars doing cameos in here. There's Iggy Pop. There's Steve Buscemi. I can't read all of them. Okay, but it's a fun movie. I'd like to buy this one too. I don't have it. Best holiday movie. There was like one holiday movie last year, one maybe two. What I consider to be a holiday movie is to be something that has to do with one of the holidays in November or December. And there was not a lot. Okay, so I didn't pick a best holiday movie. If you have a suggestion, let me know down below. Best superhero comic book movie, of course, it's Avengers Endgame. It was a little much for me because it was so overpowering visually, but it gave fans what they wanted. You know, it was an enjoyable movie, and it had stories in it, which not all comic book movies have stories that make sense. So, and it had like all of their comic book heroes in there that they have from the Marvel Studios. So, just for fun, I put Knives Out. Okay, I really enjoyed this movie. It's not, technically speaking, it's not that great a movie. I mean, not technically speaking. All right, I don't know what to say. I read a lot of mysteries, so to me it wasn't that great as a mystery, but it was fun. It was visually appealing, and it was fun to see how the different characters interacted, and the dialogue was very enjoyable, and I have watched it twice, so there you go. It's a mystery, and if you like mysteries, or if you like any of these actors, look, Jamie Lee Curtis, she's one of my favorite actresses of all time. Best sequel or franchise movie, I picked Dr. Sleep. Okay, I read this book a couple years ago. It's based on Stephen King's book, Dr. Sleep. It is the second book. It's the next chapter in the Shining story. So this is Danny Torrance as an adult. And I have not read The Shining, but I've seen both of the major movies. Like one was, the major one at the theaters, and I saw the made-for-TV movie, and I enjoyed them, but I still need to read The Shining. But yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Best horror movie, I picked Us. Okay, this movie is very creepy. It does have a lot of blood in it, so if that's too much for you, you might want to skip that. It's by Jordan Peele. He also did Get Out, which I don't remember what year that came out. This one's it's different, you know. Like I said, it's creepy. It's got a lot of creepiness to it. Of course, it does have a what would you say, like an underlying thing in it, like to say this is what America is like. And I don't want to give too much away, but this actress, I think her name's Lupita. What does it say? Okay, I don't remember her last name. I'm sorry, but she's amazing. She does a great job in this movie, and I know I've seen her in some other films. The pointless remake, I'm going to say, is Lion King. If you've seen the cartoon one, the cartoon version, the animated version, then you've seen the better version, in my opinion. This is exactly like the first movie. It doesn't bring anything more interesting or different, in my opinion. I mean, you're seeing live animals, but it's like, I'd rather be seeing the cartoon. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to have a difference of opinion with me here, but it was like the exact same movie, but without the fun. Again, my opinion. Honorable mention, I had to put this in here because I didn't know where to put it. The Gentleman. Okay, this is a Guy Ritchie movie. I love his movies. He's got a lot of great dialogue in his movies, and this one really satisfies with the dialogue as well. And I don't know if I'd call it an action movie. There's a little bit of action in it. It's it's like an underworld type thing, like drug dealers and stuff, set in the UK. And it has Matthew McConaughey and oh man, I can't remember this guy's name. Colin Farrell, is that his name? Farrell? Oh, and this is the guy. This guy right here was in Sons of Anarchy. I can never remember his name. Best Picture. I saw all the movies that were up for Best Picture from the Academy Awards. This was the best movie, again, in my opinion. Great acting, great story, great nostalgia, great writing, the words, the dialogue. The cinematography is beautiful. It really transports you. And it's also got that, I don't want to give anything away, but if you grew up in the time that I grew up, and how horrific some of the stuff was that went on at that time, and how it was really a beginning of a time where people started to be afraid of, somebody, there might be crazy maniacs out there wanting to kill people. This gives you some relief from that, okay? But it's mostly a story about an actor and his stunt double. The actor is, he's kind of aging out of Hollywood, he usually does, I'm going to say Western action movies, and it's him trying to transition into a different kind of career. So it's got that going on. This character's really interesting, the stunt double. His history and his dog is amazing, I have to tell you. Okay, so this is Brad Pitt, and this is Leonardo DiCaprio. And they both did an excellent job. And this is Margot Robbie. She did a good job in this as well. She didn't have as much airtime, of course, so. If you want to know, here's the movies I recommend that you see. Okay, those were my opinions on things. These, out of them, they're the ones I recommend. Okay, Ford versus Ferrari, The Dead Don't Die, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You can't really see this very well, but it's it's Fast and Furious present Hobbs and Shaw. Dr. Sleep, The Gentleman, John Wick Part 3, and Addams Family, the cartoon. So let me know what movies were your favorite from last year, and I hope you watch some of these and enjoy them. This is the engineer who works on the motor, the engine and stuff. Oh, wait a minute, hello. Gotta go back. How do I go back? Is it shift? Control? Backwards?